Hey guys, it's Gordon Vanderpool from Turning Stones Fly Fishing. Today I'm going to tie a competition pheasant tail nymph. Pretty basic bug. Man, killer fly. Works great when the mayflies are buzzing around in the spring around here. All different sizes. So I think you're going to like it. I got a size 16 Hanak 400 jig hook in the vise with a 2.5 slotted tungsten copper bead. Let's go ahead and spin this guy up. We're going to start with the 16-aught Vivas orange. Let's get him going. Okay, for those that are new to fly tying, just going to wrap this down. Just kind of go side by side. I go until the straight top part of the shank starts to bend. And then when it starts to bend, that's where I'm going to stop, because that's where I'm going to start my tail. So that's kind of how you know you start your tail, at least on a straight shank nymph hook. Now we're going to use pheasant tail for the tail. We use probably 5 or 6 of them. Get them go sideways like that, pull them straight out. Get all those tips to line up, and when they do, you just lock it down tight right up close and just pull it off. Pretty easy way to do it. Used to always cut it, but this way is much easier. Okay, with the tail, I like to make it about the length of the shank of the hook. So that'll be about that length. Switch hands. Put it on there, a couple wraps, lock it down. That's it. Simple as that. Now this, we're going to use extra small copper wire. This stuff's awesome. I love it. Use it for a lot of bugs. This is going to be the reinforcement for the pheasant tail, because pheasant tail just not very durable stuff, for lack of better words. It's catch a couple fish and the stuff will fall apart on you. So one wrap to hook it in, lift up the pheasant tail, then wrap the rest right along and just wrap this up the shank. It'll disappear forever behind that bead, never to be seen again. Okay, so lift that up. Now here's the Loon water-based head cement. I'm going to put that in there. That's what the pheasant tail is going to stick to, so that way it doesn't fall apart. So you have several stages of reinforcement here we try to add in to protect this stuff. So get it, wrap it towards me. Going to leave a tiny little hot spot on the tail there on purpose, hence the orange thread. So side by side, wrap to me all the way up to the bead. Then when it gets up to the bead, you're going to lock that over, and that'll hold it. A couple more for good measure, and then cut it off. Pretty simple deal. Now I wrap that towards me, so I'm going to wrap this copper away. This is going to reinforce that once again. Try to keep it pretty uniform. This is going to be the extra reinforcement it's going to take to make this fly catch you a bunch of fish without falling apart, hopefully. Okay, so now we're going to lock that in. Okay, now copper wire. We're going to use these garbage shears to cut that off instead of using your good ones. That's a good little tip for you. Okay, now I have some dubbing, but I blew it off of the table. Here it is. Some squirrel. I'm going to try to go fairly sparse when I make the rope, so I'm going to just put this on. Pretty light start. Usually the moisture of my hand will act as an adhesive, so I don't use any dubbing wax. Kind of clumps it together, and I don't want these fibers to be clumped together like that. So just the moisture in my hand works out just fine. So I slide that up on there like that, slide the rope up. I'm going to add a tiny bit more, and that should be enough to get it done. I just kind of wrap that, as tight as it'll want to go. Okay, and then when I'm wrapping this, I like to wrap it right tight to the bead. Builds up a little dam, keeps that in place, which is exactly what I want it to do. Okay, so now that's done. Got a little dubbing ball. Now I'm going to whip finish. But I'm going to keep this orange thread on. I'm going to build up a tiny little hot collar. I'll wrap it a couple times here, so it'll make a nice little collar. Because I'm not using any water-based head cement up here. Just did that for the body. So there we go. Lock it down, come up under here and cut it. Okay, so that's that. Fly's done there. This is where I like to get this Velcro on the end of the toothbrush that I put on. And just rough that up and pull some of those fibers out. This is the magic behind this style of fly, in my opinion. When you do this, it naturally happens when a fish eats it, but why wait? I like to speed up the process. It won't take long for the fish to eat it, but I'm just going to do it right there. That combs those fibers out, and they act as like an umbrella, like over top of the fly. I don't know what it does, but they like it, so we do it. The trout are going to munch on it. You're going to like this fly. Tie it in a size 10 to a 18 or 20, depending on where you live. Really good when the mayflies are cruising around. Different beads, different body colors, everything. But try this exact one. Let me know what you think of it. Hope it fishes well for you. Thanks for watching.